If sewing feels harder than it should, even when you're doing everything right, it's usually because of small habits no one explains clearly. These aren't big mistakes, they're tiny things that quietly make sewing feel frustrating. Once you fix them, sewing becomes calmer, smoother, and much more predictable. Today, I'm walking you through 10 simple sewing habits that make a big difference for beginners, especially if you're sewing with cotton fabric. For each one, I'll show you the common mistake to avoid so you know exactly what's helping and what's hurting your stitches. Number 1. Slow down before the end of the seam. Let's start with something that surprises most beginners. The hardest part of a seam isn't the beginning, it's the ending. Most stitch problems happen in the last inch, not the middle. Some beginners sew confidently through the seam and then rush the last inch. That's when fabric shifts, stitches shorten, and seams look messy. Slowing down before you reach the end gives the machine time to finish the stitch cleanly. Mistake to avoid. Rushing through the last inch of the seam, especially when you see the edge coming up. Why it matters. At the end of the seam, the fabric has less support under the presser foot. If you speed up here, the fabric can shift slightly, which shortens stitches or causes bunching right where you want the seam to look cleanest. Now that we talked about how to finish the seam cleanly, let's look at how you start one. Number 2, lower the needle into the fabric before sewing. The needle anchors the fabric before motion begins. Before pressing the pedal, lower the needle into the fabric using the hand wheel. This anchors the fabric so it doesn't jump or shift when you start sewing. Mistake to avoid. Starting to sew with the needle hovering above the fabric, relying on the presser foot to hold things in place. Why it matters. Without the needle anchoring the fabric, the very first stitch has no stability. That's why fabric jumps, shifts, or pulls to the side right at the start. I usually keep my length, width, and tension settings between 2 and 3. This is how your stitches will look if you go too fast, by pushing the foot pedal too hard. Number 3, support fabric behind the machine. Along with watching how the fabric moves, it's just as important to pay attention to how your machine sounds. Fabric weight behind the needle affects feeding. Beginners often focus only on the fabric in front of the needle, but fabric dragging behind the machine can pull stitches unevenly. Keeping it flat and supported helps the feed dogs work properly. Mistake to avoid. Letting the fabric hang off the back of the machine, especially larger cotton pieces. Why it matters. When fabric pulls backward, it creates drag. The feed dogs are trying to move the fabric forward evenly, but the weight behind the machine works against them, leading to uneven feeding. Number 4, listen to your machine while sewing. And that brings us to another very common beginner habit, hoping a problem would fix itself. Sound changes are early warning signs. Sewing should sound steady and smooth. If your machine suddenly sounds tight, loud, or uneven, that's your cue to stop and check before continuing. Mistake to avoid. Ignoring sudden changes in sound and continuing to sew anyway. Why it matters. A sewing machine usually sounds steady when everything is working smoothly. A new clicking, thudding, or strained sound is often an early warning that something needs attention. Stopping early prevents bigger problems. Number 5, stop sewing as soon as stitches look off. Next, let's talk about where your eyes should be while you're sewing. Problems compound when you keep going. When stitches start looking uneven, many beginners keep sewing and hope it fixes itself. It usually doesn't. Stopping right away saves fabric and prevents bigger issues. Mistake to avoid. Continuing to sew even when stitches already look uneven or messy. Why it matters. Stitch issues rarely correct themselves on their own. The longer you sew past the problem, the more fabric you'll need to unpick later. Stopping early saves time and frustration. Remember to click the subscribe button for more beginner-friendly sewing tips and tutorials. Okay, here's a quick sewing myth. Myth: more tools equal better sewing. Fact: practice beats tools every time. Number 6, use the presser foot as a visual guide. The presser foot edge helps with alignment. The edge of your presser foot is a built-in guide. Lining your fabric up with it helps to keep seams consistent without constantly watching the needle. Mistake to avoid: staring directly at the needle, trying to guide the fabric from that point. Why it matters: your hands naturally follow where you're looking. The needle moves too quickly to be a reliable guide, but the presser foot edge gives you a steady reference to keep seams straight. Number 7, let the fabric rest before pressing. Once the seam is sewn, what you do after sewing matters just as much. Thread tension settles after sewing. After sewing a seam, give the fabric a short moment to relax before pressing. This helps the stitches settle and reduces puckering in cotton fabric. Mistake to avoid: pressing the seam immediately while the thread tension is still settling. Why it matters: right after sewing, the thread is still adjusting within the fabric. Giving the seam a short rest allows everything to relax, which helps reduce puckering when you press. Number 8, use scissors instead of the thread cutter sometimes. Now let's talk about a small habit that affects how easily your next seam starts. Thread cutters can shorten thread too much. The built-in thread cutter is convenient, but it can sometimes pull the thread too short. Cutting with scissors leaves longer thread tails, making the next start smoother. Mistake to avoid: cutting thread too short, especially when using the built-in thread cutter every time. Why it matters: very short thread tails can slip out of the needle or get pulled into the machine, making the next start messy. Scissors give you more control over thread length. Number 9, watch the fabric edge, not the needle. The next habit builds on what we talked about earlier with visual focus. Your eyes guide your hands. When you watch the needle, seams tend to drift. Watching the fabric edge as it follows the guide helps your hand make smoother adjustments. Mistake to avoid: fixating on the needle while sewing, especially when trying to keep seams straight. Why it matters: the fabric edge moves more slowly and predictably than the needle. Watching it helps your hands make smoother adjustments and keep seams aligned. Number 10, warm up the machine on scrap fabric. Finally, before you start sewing on your real fabric, there's one habit that sets you up for success. First, stitches often settle the tension system. Before sewing on your real fabric, sew a few stitches on scrap cotton. This allows the thread to settle into the tension system and helps prevent messy starts. Mistake to avoid: starting directly on your real fabric without checking how the machine is stitching. Why it matters: the first few stitches allow the thread to settle into the tension system and reveal issues early. Sewing on scrap first gives you confidence before committing to your project fabric. Confidence builder: these habits don't require new tools or advanced skills, just awareness. Sewing gets easier when your machine and fabric are working with you, not against you. If you want a beginner-friendly machine that supports these habits, I've linked the Singer Heavy Duty 6380 in the description. And if threading still feels confusing, watch my video, The Secret to Threading a Sewing Machine, next. It walks you through threading the machine step by step.